Yes, everybody, what's going on? I just saw a comment which let's see if it's Angry Steve with a bucket, or Confident Steve with a bucket hat, or Angry Steve without. Well, let's go with that, shall we? All right. So then, what's happening in the world? It looks like De Ligt is really starting to fire up, innit? So let's talk about what we think could be happening with De Ligt. Now, I still think that they're going to want... I can see 4 players, 5 at a push. There's going to be a free transfer involved in that if we do get that, I reckon. But Christian Falk is saying that in addition to United, PSG have now entered the chat for Matthijs de Ligt. Now, honestly, he is picking up a right magical mystery tour of the top clubs around Europe, isn't he? Obviously needs to go and get his passport stamped up in Spain at some point, but like he's just picking up those big monster clubs around Europe. Romano said there are no other clubs in talks for De Ligt because the player's full focus is on Manchester United. I like that. I do like that. He says he'd not create an issue in the salary negotiation with United. The contract will not be a problem. Sounds like it's in the mix with that there. And I'm thinking, yeah, this feels like we're getting close to here we go time, doesn't it? I feel like this one's going to be a quite straightforward one to get done, and I feel like it's probably going to happen. Jack Randy says defending the channel might be a problem for him. Thoughts? I think it's being exaggerated how quick or slow he is. I sent Ronaldo a clip of him chasing down Mbappe in the channel. And my instant thought is, yeah, we signed Amrabat, probably somewhat to do with him tracking down and chasing Mbappe. And I was like, maybe Mbappe's slow. Obviously he's not, is it? But like, why is it always Mbappe that people are using as this measure for where it is? But anyway, Joe, I still like him. Yeah, is he not the fastest in the world? No, but I think he's a real excellent technical defender with fantastic fundamentals, good leadership. Does the knee thing worry me? Yeah, undoubtedly. It does. It does. I don't think it's the perfect thing, but he has played this season. He's played a lot this season. He typically plays around about 30 games a year, no matter where he's been. So you're looking at, okay, if you're going to continue playing 30 games a year, you're going to need another centre-half. And that's why I think maybe we're looking at 2 centre-halves, especially when you tie that in with... Lisandro Martinez has been very unlucky with injuries. But then, how unlucky do you get? Well, you see last season, we're going all the way down to our 8th choice centre-half. I think you're going to have to see something like that going in the mix, aren't they? Adam says PSG link is probably Bayern trying to up the price. Could be. Andrew says, my concern with De Ligt is the wages. Could be another example of a player whose salary doesn't reflect his role in the team. It's a valid concern, I think, mate. Abdul says, if Maguire isn't sold, could we see a back three with De Ligt? I don't think we would change to a back three, no. On Maguire, though, TalkSport says United are willing to cash in on Harry Maguire this summer. He has admirers in Italy. Interesting. Darren says, pace wasn't an issue at Ajax, just needs an organised defence. I don't think it's been that much of an issue anywhere for him, really, to be honest with you. Velvet Thunder says, yo, Steve, just about to join Paddock. Not that I will, but should I ever need to cancel, how do I? When you go into the membership, there is an option. Hang on. Let me pull it up so I'll tell you exactly what it says. I just searched Paddock membership and it come up with something for Formula One, which is fair enough, innit? Okay, when you go into your membership thing, it's administered by an app called Join It. When you click on your membership at the bottom, you've got the option to view a membership card, edit your membership info, or cancel membership. Very easy. For the ones that joined before we joined that, it is a little bit more convoluted. You can do it through Stripe or you can email us, but you can manage your entire membership all the way through under the Join It thing. So if you go to the Paddock website, click become a member, go monthly or yearly, and then once you've processed it through there, you've got all the options for everything that you need to do there. But welcome aboard if you're going to be joining. Joel says Martinez is playing great in the Copper. Hi from Wisconsin. Hi. Bemba says, is there any centre-half in the under-18s that could be promoted? It's really difficult with under-18s, clocking who's got what. I never really saw much in Kampala that made me think, oh yeah, first-team player. It's very difficult to notice what's going on with an under-18s. Phil says, how do you stay? I reckon Maguire would be class in Italy. In the right team, in a back three, in a deep line. You could be right, to be honest. Am I coming to Norway for the friendly? No, I am not. Devilish says, do I think we get Ugarte, De Ligt and Xerxes done by pre-season? What we're looking at there, it's about 2 weeks. Yes. No, not going to get Ugarte done. I think you'll get Xerxes and De Ligt done. Velvet Thunder says, cheers, sir. Am I Paddock's first Essex member? Pretty sure you're not. No. I mean, hang on, let me just see where we're at. If I can, I don't know if I can do it from here. I'll tell you exactly what we're at. We are at 1,248 members. That's fucking massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive. The goal is 10,000 members. We want to get to 10,000 members. If we have 10,000 members, we will be able to compete with where the likes of Macclesfield are right now. And I think that would be an absolutely sensational place for us to be. Not going to happen that today, not going to happen that next week, but in the next 5 or 6 years, 10,000 members is what we want. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Stephen says, difficult since Paddock commandeered David Pritt. Don't know what that means. Raymond says, Steve, I read that West Ham had rejected a bid for Todibo. I didn't know that. Thoughts on that? I don't know, to be honest. I know we want him. I know there's obviously complications with UEFA about whether we can have him or not. Don't know. Jed says, if we don't sell McTominay this summer, he's never going to leave. You might be accurate on that one. So I say talking to the mic a little bit louder like this. West Ham trying to buy Todibo is hilarious. So where's that gone? So Jim's probably like, no, he's mine. Yeah. Darko says, yeah, we have a match 1 day after the Euros final. Yep. Salford 6 says, media been trying to say De Ligt got a mouth on him. If anyone can keep him in check, you'd think it's Ten Hag. You would. Ronan says, De Ligt's going to be the Coleman of defenders. Any outgoing about Sancho? Not currently. Verti Joe says, I'd imagine I'm the only member from Kings Lynn, Norfolk. I think there's a way for me to do a Google. Oh, it's not Google. A check internally for that, but I'm not entirely sure how we do it. When we had the spreadsheet version, which was so low tech, it was kind of embarrassing. I could just search your addresses and see them. But we've moved to something that's a little bit more GDPR compliant and something which I don't get to see everybody's addresses immediately. Since De Ligt is so keen on the move, I don't think wages should be a problem for him, says Andal. Surely Ineos would make a package that would start around 200k and potential bonuses, given that he stays fit. I think that would be fair. Ross Murphy says De Ligt look like he'll get done soon. Xerxes might happen perhaps this start of August, see how it progresses. I think Xerxes, I think is going to happen fairly quickly. Dada Caesar says, Steve buzzing with the new regime so far, finally turning a corner from the dark days of buffoons with no football IQ. Are we grabbing a Starbucks when you hit Cardiff in September? Possibly, yep, possibly. I'm there for 4 days, but actually, let me pull it up. I think, they're brutal days. What is it? F8 Wales. I'm pretty sure they're like fucking 9 till 9, the hours. 9 till 7 is the hours for the 4 days. Let's go, just double check what the dates are. It is, yeah, 9 till 7, straight 10 hours, bosh. And that's the 20. Oh no, it's. Oh yeah, so the first couple are evening ones starting in September, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 days in October. Weighty. Amaya says, what if we pull a City, send him to Jimmy's Swiss club and then loan to United. Why not? Everyone else is playing loophole basketball at the moment, aren't they? Why can't we? Why can't we just do the same thing? What's the Heads Gone email? Wanted to send me some Harambe Ultra footage. Go check one of the Heads Gone things. I think it's just like headsgonepod@gmail.com or something, but I don't know. Go check the description of one of the pods. Anthony says, what's Paddock's 24-20? When is the Paddock 24-25 season kit? The site won't let me pre-order. We did tell you pre-order was available for 1 week and 1 week only. So if you didn't catch it in the pre-order, you missed out. They are arriving, let's say, the last couple of days of July. So probably on the website from the 1st of August. But we've only ordered a handful overage. So they're going to sell out again, and they're going to sell out pretty quick. The away kit will be released the end of this month. That will be another pre-order. So if you want to get involved in a pre-order, when we put a pre-order out, you need to be on the ball with it and pre-order it, because this shit sells out with a quickness. And you lot haven't even seen the new third kit yet. And I guarantee if you are a member, you're going to buy the third kit. I'm not even going to tell you any more than that about it. You're just going to buy it. Chris says, will do. I did check before, but was probably blind. Bjorn says, love the hat. Is it official merch? No, it's not official merch. What do I think of the new kit? The new United kit, it does look better when you see it on the players than when you see like those leaks that someone's taken from the factory floor, doesn't it? I'll give you that. And I'm not sure on the fade towards the bottom of it. It took a little bit of a while, I think, just to see what the script is, especially with the Snapdragon thing. We'll find out what it's all about and if it's working and everything. NT says, talking of kit, the blue kit reminds me of the training top from the 2000s. Third one is nice, but wish the red, white, and black design was a bit more like 90s. I do like the white away one with the flag sort of across the top of it. I think that's nice. That works. Tina says, flop at Juve, flop at Bayern, and injury proven. Well, he's neither of those things, to be honest with you. It hasn't necessarily gone to plan for him in any of those places, but calling him a flop would be inaccurate, I think. Josh says, fun fact for you, Steve, the Welsh name for jellyfish is Contimore, which translates to see you next Tuesday of the sea. Accurate. Bang on, yeah. Well played. Have I tried sneaking into Rio's inside the box interviews? No, he's done a couple of them while I've been there. He did the last one while I was just sat outside. But no, they've not been there. I mean, to be fair to him, he's absolutely blasted it in terms of the content that he's made while he's been out on a tour this time around. I mean, he's smash-ettoed it. He's obviously had Vibe with 5. BBC, which is in a completely different city, and the stuff that we're doing for UEFA is all in Dusseldorf. So the in the box, the Legends Lounge, and all that sort of stuff is all there. So he's got a commute between Berlin and Dusseldorf to get it done, but he's getting it done, and it sounds like it's gone quite nicely. Jack Caffrey says €142 is daylight robbery for the authentic United kit. It's insane, isn't it? It's insane. XGen says, is there a better left winger if we sell Rashford? Probably not for less than 80 million, I wouldn't have thought, no. Context said, I did read an article, Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho won Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka. Is that true? If that's what it says, then I guess so. Mail says, Paddock site first team page doesn't work. Patience, young Padawan. We are literally in the process of updating the website for the new season. So relax. We've not bothered updating the previous one because, well, the new one's about ready to go. Scott says the Snapdragon gives me Vodafone kit vibes. I agree with that one. Angus says would have been nice if they'd made the home kit look like the early 2000 Vodafone kit with the Snapdragon circular logo. Nailed it. Which young player from the Euros would I like to sign for United? Young player. I don't know. I think Yamal's going to be an absolutely ridiculous one. Okie dokie. Okikade Liam says, do I choose comment you respond to? Check my question. Well, there's hundreds of people in the chat, mate. Yeah, if I don't see it, I don't see it. Where's your question? What question? I didn't see your question, mate. Sorry. Andy says, any plans to come to Belfast? NI is United crazy? No, not at the moment. It was a potential option for doing my UEFA B because Belfast does have a course that I can get on. But no, not at the moment, I don't think. A lot of people saying the Turkish kid looks good. Matthew says, anything less than 25 million for Wan-Bissaka is actually horrendous. Seeing nobody's being passed around these days. Shady clubs, 30 million is making me sick. Yep. The helmet looks like it has eyes. They're called cat's eyes. Any truth to the Rashford Chiesa swap? Probably not, because swaps rarely happen, did they, outside of video games? Shift says, in my opinion, would be a dream signing for United during the transfer window? Well, dream signing in terms of like gettable, or dream signing in terms of like who's the best player we could actually go and get? Although, to be fair, I don't even know who would be a dream signing for us. I don't know. Williams can play left and right wing and a 53 mil release clause. Yeah. Williams would be up on the list, I think, yeah. Thoughts on us probably having our strongest first 11 ready for game week 1 again. Will we, though? Is Luke Shaw going to be fit? Is he ever fit? CTB says, do I reckon I could do a better job than Southgate? Right. Yeah, I do. Genuinely do. And a lot of people are going to go, that's fucking ridiculous. But I do. I set out all of the issues that I thought England squad had and the team that he was playing. And you look at the issues that are within the England team, and I think it's perfectly acceptable to offer up completely different scenarios where you're trying to play a player that only wants to play long balls, or his only asset is playing long balls. You have everybody else that wants to come to feet. Could I set them up tactically better than Gareth Southgate? I genuinely think that I could. Now, there's more than that to managing. And a lot of it is about managing the group, managing personalities, and that sort of stuff. Now, would I get the same respect Gareth Southgate would? No, clearly not. And that might be the issue. But in terms of asking them to play a specific way, yeah. Like, I've gone through the entire process of how to do it. Yes, it's at amateur level, but I still have gone through the entire process of thinking through all of the different permutations for what I want to see with my team. Some of the things that I've done are because of the players I have available, and I don't even get to pick who I want in my squad. My recruitment consists of, I put a trial on once a year, and then I see what walks through the fucking door. We don't pay players. I have no incentive to offer any player to come and play for us. So I'm just grateful that I have any fucker turn up in the first place whatsoever. So I have to literally make do with whatever fancies having a game for Paddock. Versus I get to select from every player that's got English heritage in the world. Like, I can't imagine a fucking easier part-time job in my life. I genuinely fucking can't. Like, so some people will go, well, that's fucking deluded to think you can manage level 13 and do a better job than... Why? Just because he's been in that fucking job. What was his experience? Relegated Middlesbrough. I could have relegated Middlesbrough. Not a problem. When I look at how long he's been in the job and I see some of the shite that he comes out with, like, I think any good manager, any fucking competent manager, would do a better job with this England team. They are a team that's full of actual, genuine, world-class talent. Probably more world-class players than we've had in a long time in an England setup. And you could quite easily just fucking pump them up full of confidence. Lads, here's what I want you to do with the ball. Here's what I want you to do off the ball. It's international football, so you can't drill it into them every single fucking day over 6 months. But you can have a real basic framework. Now, I think I could do that. But I would acknowledge one of my personal weaknesses is I spend a lot of time focusing on what my team does when I'm playing. I don't necessarily spend enough time looking at what the opposition are doing during the live match. That's really difficult to do, to be able to analyse what you're doing and what they're doing. And I will be honest, I tend to focus on what we're doing. I don't know, maybe you have staff that come in and help you do that and say, right, okay, here's the 3 things that the opposition are doing, and here's what we need to do to combat that. That's one thing that I'm trying to work on during the game, is to notice the patterns that the opposition are playing, because I'm too focused on us trying to hit the things that I want us to hit that I forget to look at that sometimes. But yeah, I think in terms of just a straight setup, basic tactical principles of play, I think I already have a deeper dossier of what I would like to see, because I see in 8 years not even close to a resemblance of any sort of tactics from Gareth Southgate. Not any sort of cohesive tactics that align with each other. It's like he wants to play high pressing football but drop deep. He wants to put players in who can send long balls, but everybody comes short. Like there's no like he wants to play out, but Pickford goes long with it, and you can see that the same when they all drop off the ball. When as soon as they get 1-0 up, he's just sitting there going, "Do you know what? Let's drop off." But the way he says, "Oh, like it's not necessarily what I want," and the players say that's not necessarily what he wants. Why isn't he on the sideline threatening to fucking murder them? Because if players aren't doing what you want, you don't just fucking sit there with your arms folded going, "It's a lovely day." Nah, you got to get up on your fucking toes and be like, "Oi, motherfuckers, this is not what we fucking said. Get higher up the fucking pitch." And if he's not doing that, then you have to acknowledge that is what he wants to see. He's seeing what he wants to see if he's not correcting what he's seeing. Okikiadis says, I was asking about a swap deal for Maguire and Todibo, at least that we ain't breaching UEFA police law since we didn't buy, we swapped. I don't think the terminology buy is the issue. I think it's the signing of a player from another club that you own is the issue. I don't think, if it was as simple as that, I think they would have done that, or they would have loaned him or something. I just think that's the issue, ultimately. Tabasco says, sometimes though, some of these players look good in the Euros, end up being shite. Remember Milan Baros, top scorer at the Euros, ended up shite. You've got to watch them at their club and at the Euros, I think. Heaven says, all the best he's done is kill the club rivalry that hindered the golden generation. They're all a bit friendlier and get along as a group. Yeah. Ruben says, also, scouting opposition at level 13 is a logistical nightmare. Yes. Having Harry Kane with no runners says it all. Yeah, I mean, you could genuinely play 4-4-2, right? Just straight up 4-4-2. And have someone like Tony or Watkins running off Harry Kane, and you'd be fucking sound. Don't worry about it. Joe says, a lot of that sounds like Ten Hag last season. No, it doesn't. It genuinely doesn't. That's a fucking ridiculous take. So many people have gone, oh, right, here's the difference, right? Ten Hag did not get 2 weeks before the season started, get to just select everybody that was a Manchester United player, right? He didn't just get to select the squad that he wanted. He was given the squad that was there from previous existing league seasons and contracts that were there, right? Do you think he would have selected Sancho to be part of his squad this season after last season? No. Gareth Southgate 2 fucking weeks ago selected his squad and selected players that were fucking injured and selected players that didn't fit into a system. Like, can you imagine Manchester United just got to do like a draft every single year for all of the fucking players that they wanted? And you can imagine how easy it would be to implement your system if you did that. That's an absolutely ridiculous take. Why did it not work for Erik ten Hag this season? Because he had plan A, which he couldn't get the players that he wanted to adhere to it. And he, out of his own mouth, he said, I would rather we try and stick to plan A, even without the players that are going to make plan A work, because I don't want to teach them a second system and then have to reteach them plan A. I disagree with that, but that was his reasoning. He had reasoning. And in the FA Cup final, he was like, fuck the reasoning, we need to win the cup. And what happened? We won the fucking cup. So you can't say this is like Gareth Southgate at all, because guess what? In 2 fucking seasons, Erik ten Hag's delivered 2 fucking trophies, and in 8 seasons, all Gareth Southgate's actually tangibly achieved is to get England fucking relegated. How is it the fucking remotely the same? Manchester United were not the favourites for the league season this season, was they? No. England are the favourites for the Euros. Totally different. It's the most basic bullshit fucking primary school take I've ever heard in my fucking life. How does Southgate get a job anywhere? Don't know. Joe says, put Pep in that team and they play different and better. Yeah. Put Big Sam in there, they play different and better. Dennis says, the biggest joke is everybody's talking about England have these world-class players, but outside of an old Walker, which defender and goalkeeper is world-class in the squad? Pickford's perfectly adequate at this level. John Stones, you could consider world-class, but you're going to have to use him in the way that makes him world-class. I think Gay is perfectly adequate. Abner says, Southgate bar is so fucking low. Obviously, Steve wouldn't be a good international coach, but that's how low the bar is with Southgate. I mean, yeah, probably. Being real. The fact that I can even sit there and not the entire chat goes, oh, shut up, you fucking dick. Right? Ed says, Mr. Football Manager, AK Will Still, would do a better job than Shitegate. Not only would he do a better job, I think he'd do a fucking great job. He just took over at Lens, hasn't he? Jack says, Southgate would struggle managing at Asda. Mozane, we could have taken Mourinho before he left for Turkey. Amaya says, Southgate is proof that ask-kissing gets you far. Okikadi says, but how was City buying Savio from Girona then? How the fuck do I know, mate? Like, I don't make the regulations for UEFA. They've said we can't do it. That's all I know. Sorry. Connor says, I know there are definitely other priorities, but do I think we'll be looking at bringing in other wingers? I don't think we have enough creativity with our options. I totally agree with you, mate. But no, I don't. Because I think that we're looking at 4 or 5 players in those key central areas, and I just don't think we're going to get it over the line with a winger as well, all in one window. I'd be absolutely shocked if we did. Amaya says, Sports Witness says we're looking at signing Reguilon. If he was dead cheap, yeah, I could see that being a decent thing. What other options are going to be there? Like, this is the madness. United have been so fucking mismanaged for a decade that we have to fuck about with FFP and PSR. It's a piss take. Rooney's waistcoat button says he shouldn't the praise for the harmony either. All of the players get on with each other these days. It's utter bullshit that the media has made them get along. David O'Connor says, I still wake up in cold sweats thinking about Southgate being linked with United manager. Totally agree. Brian says, bit late to the vid, but not sure you mentioned it. But I'm going to guess you're happy with the work to improve the atmosphere in the Stretford end. Yep, it's a good start. Sam says 3-5-2 in possession suits this team. Gives off that lemon 2 holders. And someone could run off Kane. 3-5-2. You mean a 3-2-5? You look at what Germany are doing at the moment. Germany are playing a 3-2-5. You've got that 3-2 rest defence, and then you have one person occupying each of the 5 vertical zones of the pitch in a bit of a W kind of shape. Someone taking them wide on each side, someone pinning the 2 centre halves, and then you have like creators in the half space looking to try and combine and overlap or something like that. You'll see this a lot of places at the moment. United did a bit of a 3-1-6 at times when it was working properly with Erik ten Hag. But I like the 3-2-5. I think it gives you the nice balance between having enough players there to recycle the ball and also prevent counter-attacks, but also enough numbers to fuck with the opposition and flood forward. England aren't getting enough players into the final third and having any sort of structure to them. They're just not. They're so easy to defend against. It's a fucking piss take. Darren says, I think there needs to be a left-back signing. Can't count on Shaw staying fit. Totally agree. Sam says, yeah, 3-2-5 essentially, but Southgate couldn't handle that spice. No, he couldn't handle that spice. CTB says, give Southgate credit where it's due for the national squad harmony, but our squad has improved. We need a different style of manager who suits the elite squad. Alex says, remember when the waistcoat wearing twat was going to be United manager? Dark times. Horrendous. You reckon we see Greenwood and Sancho back for pre-season training Monday or not? Ooh, I don't know, actually. That's going to be a bit of a shit show if he does, doesn't it? Suf says, facts are, Southgate is a fraud, always has been. He got lucky with draws in previous tournaments, avoiding all the good sides. Yeah. Tyrone says, let's hope De Ligt is good investment. Hopefully United can look at Grimaldo next. We need a new left back. Kez says, I think Amas will be part of the tour, but we have no idea if he's going to be of the level required to play first team football. And the one that was closest to him, Fernandez, he's now at Benfica. Nice one. Cheers. Who replaces him? Eddie Howe, safe enough for the FA. I think Eddie Howe, the way that Newcastle team play, very clear, defined style of play, quite high energy, comfortable on the ball. I think, he goes with a lopsided 4-3-3, 3-2-5 in possession, and probably does an absolute madness. I would be confident in saying Eddie Howe wins some shit with England. Subat says, that's incorrect as fuck. Don't know what he's referring to. Graham Potter will be next manager, says Dean B. It feels a bit uninspiring, doesn't it? Jack says, I don't see us getting to Debo at all, so people need to move on from that now. Kes says, Eddie Howe will be my choice for England. Dondre says, in my opinion, I think United should also get Sesko. He's got real potential. Steve, what do I think? You're not going to get two strikers in one window. Tyrone says, I'm not excited about Xerxes. Player of real quality would be starting for Holland. No thanks. Yes and no. Evan says, Potter or Ollie for England job next. It'd be interesting to see how and what Ollie does without McKenna and Carrick by his side. Ryan says, hang on. Ryan says, surely Southgate deserves more respect. He has done more than any other manager we've had. I don't like him, but he played the teams that are put in front of him. What more do you want? Done more than any other manager we've had. He's done fucking nothing. What a ridiculous take. Who has he beat? He beat fucking no one. He's lost to teams that were in and around England's ranking and beat the teams that were below them. Like, it's not even the bare minimum. Like, You've seen this England team take the lead in big games, and then because of his tactics, which have been the same for the last fucking how many years, they just sit back, and then lose games that they were already fucking winning. He's done more than any other manager. It's a fucking bullshit take. Right, has he won more knockout games than any other manager post fucking Alf Ramsey? Yes. But so fucking what? Winning is winning. Losing is fucking losing. There's no runners-up participation prize. That's a load of fucking nonsense. Nonsense. Oh, my God. Like, Terry Venables would fucking dance around this fucking idiot. Glenn Hoddle would probably fucking dance around this idiot, and he couldn't pick an England side to save his fucking life. Oh. He's done more than anyone else. He's done fucking nout. Nout. Literally now, done fucking more. What you got to remember is, so let's take Rio's generation, for example. 2002, England lose to Brazil. Was it quarter-final stage? Might have even been fucking round of 16. Quarter-final stage, England lose to Brazil, right? Oh, okay. So he only gets to a quarter-final. But you got to a semi-final, you did a little bit more. Yay. But who did they lose to? Who did they lose to? Brazil with, Roberto Carlos is pretty good. Ronaldinho is pretty good. Rivaldo and R9. Like, imagine you lose to a Brazil now. You're losing to fucking Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli even. It's a fucking absolute dog shit version of Brazil. And international football has drained to the point where England's team is one of the better teams in world football. That was not the case. 2002, you look around the whole world of football and you're seeing fucking Vieri and Totti and Maldini and Cannavaro and Pirlo. You would have been by then, yeah. In 2002, just at Italy, who were nowhere until 2006. Then you're looking at, like, France, Thierry Henry and Vieira. And then you're looking at even fucking Spain. They didn't win anything, but they was getting deep into competitions. Germany, 2002. Like, You're not in a vintage era of international football yet. England has got one of the best teams in international football because of the talent drain everywhere else that's going on. And he can't get fucking nothing over the line. Ridiculous. SI Renity says, stat box fans are dying out on his win percentage without applying context. World Cup 98, for example, we lose to Argentina. Southgate's not beating anyone of good ranking. Yeah, we lose on penalties to an Argentina. Argentina with Batistuta, Ayala, Cambiaso, Ortega. Shut the fuck up, honestly. Yeah, Portugal with Figo, with Cristiano Ronaldo, with Pepe probably was still like 31 by then. Like, just fuck me. Tommy Boyle says England have played a top 10 team 24 times under Southgate. I think that stat's changed now. That's an old stat. But yeah, essentially they've not won fucking any, have they? Let's look at this tournament, for example. You needed to take it to extra time to beat fucking Slovakia. In terms of the rankings, you're talking about a League One team. They failed to beat Slovenia, and they failed to beat... Who the fuck was the other team in the group? I can't remember now. It doesn't fucking matter. Joke thing. Just... Tom says international football late 90s and early 2000s were incredible. At least 8 countries that could have walked the 22 World Cup. Fact. Phil says, I once said I would never take a role if offered at United. The thing is, I think that was taken in the context of would I go like work for MUTV as a producer or something like that, and no would have been the answer to that. Denmark, that was the other one, sorry. Whereas, you know, I think there's probably more chance than ever of being offered something coach-wise if I wanted it. However, I don't think I would get the freedom or responsibility that I have now. And I also think me being the outspoken YouTuber that I am would probably go against me. Dutch team in 2002 was amazing as well. Do you know what I mean? They're just fucking fluff at the moment. Tantric says, if you think Southgate has done a good job, I assume you also think Martin Keown makes good points. He's fucking done you there, lad. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Fucking Southgate's done a good job. Fuck off. Just fuck off. I'm going to wrap it up here anyway. Cheers for tuning in, as always. As the geezer mentioned early doors, if you're interested in getting involved in having a genuine fucking say in football, getting to vote on kits, getting to vote on different things, then become a Paddock member. Just search Stretford Paddock fan ownership. Just Google it, right? And if you can't find it by Googling it, we don't want you. We don't need dum-dums in the fucking membership, so don't join. Only join if you're not a dum-dum. We don't want dum-dums. Because it is democratic, and if we have loads of dum-dums, we're going to have dumb decisions. So just be smart. So if you can't find it by that, no, that's nature's way of saying you ain't meant to join. But if you can Google and you would like to join, then come and join. I tried out two 15-year-olds in an 11v11 on Saturday, and they both fucking smashed it. When I say that we are committing to like developing youth in Manchester, I fucking mean it. And wait till we have a full club from 3-4-year-olds all the way through to a first team that's hopefully competing in the FA Cup. I will fucking deliver that to Paddock. And if you want to have a say in that, then we would like you on board. It's a real fucking community thing. We got a game this weekend. We are not playing at Droylsden this season. We are playing at Hyde United's Project Solar Stadium, which I'm fucking very excited about. It's a 4G pitch, but it's inside a nice big red stadium, so it suits us nice. We're actually shit on grass. But on a 4G, we're pretty good, so I think we're going to be fucking tasty there next year, yeah, for sure. And I'm excited about this season. It's going to be good. And if you'd like to get involved in that, I would like to have you involved in that. Because I think it's a very rewarding journey. Like I said, two 15-year-old lads, they did fucking real nice. And I'll be debuting them as soon as they turn 16 in the league this year. we'll have it. But anyway, cheers for tuning in as always. Can you still booze during the game? Yes, you can. How much would it hypothetically cost to have your own stadium? We agreed a deal to buy a stadium. It was under £1 million to buy it. Probably would have needed 1 or 2 million spending on it to make it habitable for us. But a couple of mil. We could do it with a couple of mil. Anyways, I am really going now because I've got to go. But cheers for tuning in as always. If you want to come and join it, Stretford Paddock fan ownership. Otherwise, just go and fucking spin around and look at the sky, dum-dum. We don't want you. See you in a bizzle. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.